So Becky, to answer your question about the Tcycle idler, you can see in my video where I cut down the edges. It's not smooth, it's not pretty, but what I did was I cut it down enough so that it would clear the chain tunnel and would roll freely. Of course, I didn't have the chain installed or anything like that, but I figured it didn't have to look pretty, it just had to function. This is with a chain that has, I don't know, several hundred miles on it. This is inside with the cap on, the visor mostly closed, and I'm pedaling pretty hard so you can hear the kind of chain noise that I have inside with that Tcycle idler. So as you can see, the Tcycle idler, probably in combination with the elastomers and the newer chain, or at least a chain that's in tolerance, is pretty quiet. So once I changed all those parts out, it did get pretty quiet. Whew. I'm trying to make it to an appointment. First time I've done it in my Velo. Normally if I have an appointment that I have to be to, I just take a car. Decided to change it up today. I left a little bit late, so I'm going to be a little bit late. But I'm making pretty good time. So, I'll put this together with some other highlights. I hope it helps. And like I said, I'll try and show you the actual idler itself, where I had to shave down the edges. So if you have a Tcycle idler already, you can still use it. But it's a little bit tall to fit into the Quest where the holes are drilled from the factory for the power side idler. You can still hear the rrr as I'm pedaling on the inside. It may not be that loud, and your camera may be in the same spot. I'm curious to know if you have a GoPro, because I have a GoPro on a mount right in front of my mirror, and I'm wondering if it's the same kind or similar, and if you have it mounted in the same way to where maybe mine is not catching as much vibration as yours. So this is mine. It's my older one, mounted on a couple of arms on a curved mount. So it's, the mount is mounted sideways, but I've had it that way for a long time. I don't know, maybe it's because of where I have it mounted right in front of the cockpit or something. I don't know. I can tell you, having the idler on there, first of all, it's a solid idler, so there's no spokes or anything, so that helps with some of the sound. But I can tell you that I changed out the chain, and I don't know how many miles it had on it before, but I didn't think it was too bad till my part tool almost fell through it because it had so much stretch in it, so much wear. And when I put the new chain on, I couldn't believe how much quieter it was. I don't know all the specs. You probably have to just get into it and dig into it and see what the deal is. I don't know. It's a mystery. I don't know if you can see very well, but if you notice, there are some spots on there that are kind of worn off, and you can see where I've trimmed it. It may be very difficult to see in this video, I don't know, but you can kind of see where I've trimmed it off, and this was to get the Tcycle idler to fit, because it's very tight under there, very tight. So, and you can get a better view of where the chain wore through when the idler breaks. So this has got a new axle, a new idler. There's a little spacer over here on this side. Of course, this side is where the little arm hangs down and keeps the other chain tube out of the way. So there you go. That's what I did. Like, subscribe, comment, share, watch more stuff. Take care. Until next time, cheers.